There's a voice crying out in the wilderness.
Oh man, when I was first in therapy, my mama said, "You going over there talking to that white man about all your business?"
I wouldn't go. Man, I heard when you go to therapy from the same people who heard when you get on a plane, they crash, or when you go to New York, you get mugged.
It wasn't talked about at all. So yeah, it just wasn't a thing. I'm from Mississippi, so it definitely wasn't a thing there. Therapy is taboo. You don't tell your business.
Most of us grew up in households where you didn't talk about things. What goes on in this house stays in this house.
What happens in your household stays in the household.
What happens in this house stays in this house.
No one needs to know your business.
You don't tell nobody nothing.
People didn't talk about that. Black people have so much pride.
That's why are you talking to who? Why are you talking to him?
So my mom, man, that's still a work in progress. My sister, who is a social worker in the hospital, of course, she's very familiarized and she's done her own therapy, her and her husband. But yeah, it is still not it's still new to my family.
And I don't think they would tell anybody, or they would just suffer and tear their families apart, or mess up their trajectory of their life going forward, just because they're afraid of what people are going to think or say.
I think it's shunned. I think it's shunned, especially in our community, that we keep our lives and our things within, and they don't leave the door. And unfortunately, when they don't leave the door, there can be no healing that takes place.
It's the stigma. It's the best thing ever. I mean, it is the best thing ever.
I look at therapy like mental maintenance. Kind of like we go to the gym to maintain our physical. We need to go to therapy to maintain our mental. I think it's important to share and not hold things inside, because a lot of what we tend to hold inside are lies. Lies about who we are.
Therapy, man, is the greatest GPS system on how to navigate through this life.
Kind of help you to understand why you do what you do and why you make certain choices and decisions. Sometimes it's good to kind of hear yourself, because we don't normally walk around talking to ourselves, but we definitely have thoughts. And sometimes it's good to kind of hear yourself say some of those things out loud. And so yeah, I think therapy is a great tool.
My thoughts on therapy is this. People who don't go to therapy be the main ones who need therapy. And they be the main ones screaming, "I'm not going to therapy. I'm not telling nobody all my business."
Therapy is healthy. It doesn't mean you're crazy. It does not mean that they're going to put you in a home. But for me, I found therapy to be a place where I can talk about my things and nobody has a judgmental or objective.
I think it's important to find out more about who you are. Sometimes you won't know until you start sharing with people, especially with wise people, wise counsel.
I went to a lot of therapy. I'm one of them people who actually enjoy laying on a couch and say, it started when I was a 9th grader and I had a pomegranate juice. Yeah, I like to tell them everything.
For me to be able to talk without judgment, to be able to express without ridicule and critique, but more importantly, man, just to talk in a space of safety and not feel like, man, if I say this, how I really feel, you're gonna use it against me, you know what I mean? Or, will the town know about this, or will my cousins them, you know?
It's a great value and an asset to anybody's life. They need to get it out and talk it out to somebody that was not really there, that didn't really take sides, or truly just wants to see you grow to become, a better individual.
I think that it should be required that everybody should take it. I think as when you're in your middle school or high school years, I think that there should be a class, or that's what the councils are for, but I'm sure they're not doing that now. There should be a class or something where, or they should have an outlet, a place where people can go and feel. You got to make them feel comfortable to talk, because these kids won't talk.
And I feel like, honestly, therapy should be a part of school. Like, it should be like 1 year period, like 5th period therapy, 20 minutes. Because so many of us are broken and we don't know how to communicate it, and we don't even know how to be aware of it.
Like, it's so healing. Because once you tell somebody and you get it out your system, then you said it, and then you can release it more. And then that was just the first time you said it. What about when you say it again and now it don't hurt? It don't hurt for me to talk about my father. I love him so much.
I enjoy it. Like, I'll go sit down on the couch in a minute and be like, bruh. But it's liberating. It's liberating.